In professional hockey, coaching changes often come with polite cliches and fresh start optimism. But when Rick Tocchet, fresh off 3 seasons behind the bench of the Vancouver Canucks, took the microphone as the brand new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, no one expected sparks to fly in his very first press conference. Flyers faithful were already buzzing after his surprise hiring, but Tocchet's pointed remarks about coaching philosophy and a few quietly loaded comments about his old team in Vancouver set the stage for a compelling new era in Philly and left Canucks fans feeling a sting that refuses to fade. Let's unpack how Tocchet's debut delivered more than just a new playbook and why his words are echoing across 2 NHL cities. Rick Tocchet's high-voltage introduction in Philadelphia. Rick Tocchet's journey to Philadelphia marks the latest twist in one of the NHL's most dynamic coaching careers. Named the 25th coach in Flyers franchise history, Tocchet arrives with a reputation. He's a player's coach who expects accountability, but roots his success in honest, direct communication. After a turbulent, results-challenged run in Vancouver, this fresh start in Philadelphia has the city's storied fan base hoping for a cultural transformation. But it wasn't just the orange and black faithful paying attention. Tocchet's comments in his introductory press conference sent immediate shockwaves back to the Pacific Northwest. A partner, not a dictator. Tocchet's subtle philosophy shift. The moment that set social media ablaze came when Tocchet was asked about his approach to mentoring young players, especially in light of the Flyers' recent struggles to build steady, positive relationships with their emerging talents. Rather than offering a generic answer, Tocchet responded with a statement that felt loaded with intent. "I'm a partner to the players. It's not a dictatorship. My job is to steer the ship, but I think it's important that you let the players steer the ship too." For Philadelphia, these words landed like a promise, especially after drama under previous coaching regimes and the much-publicized mishandling of top prospect Matvei Michkov. But for those back in Vancouver, Tocchet's words read very differently. His reference to inclusivity and collaboration feels like a gentle rebuke of the opaque, sometimes rigid approach that characterized his own tenure with the Canucks and his predecessors, igniting speculation about what went wrong behind closed doors. The Flyers' rebirth. Why Tocchet's leadership approach matters across the NHL. Tocchet's ability to forge relationships with his players has never been in doubt. Even in tough seasons, he built respect. In Philly, where the locker room is reportedly divided and the youth influx is beginning to ramp up, Tocchet's promise to partner with his athletes is seen as the start of something vital, a true reset in the club's culture. Flyers fans, who watched Michkov and other budding stars suffer under the last regime, greeted Tocchet's player-first rhetoric with open arms. Social media quickly lit up, hailing the hiring as the breath of fresh air the Flyers have desperately needed. The focus is now on development, trust, and letting stars blossom rather than stifling them. Precisely the kind of approach the NHL's best young teams have thrived under. The Vancouver Canucks' lingering frustrations, but Tocchet's new philosophy also casts a long shadow back west. While careful not to name names or throw direct accusations, some of Tocchet's subtleties have not gone unnoticed in Vancouver. His effusive praise for the Flyers' state-of-the-art training facilities, for example, posed a sharp contrast to Vancouver's ongoing struggles to modernize its own amenities, a sore spot for Canucks fans and players alike. This veiled comparison did not go over the heads of the Vancouver faithful, many of whom took to online forums and talk radio to vent their frustration. After a lackluster 2024-25 campaign and another season of unmet expectations, Canucks fans are all too aware of the franchise's shortcomings, both on the ice and behind the scenes. Tocchet's quiet jabs, even if unintended, seem to rip the bandage off those wounds, causing many to wonder if deeper changes are needed in Vancouver to compete both culturally and competitively. No public feud, but unmistakable tension officially. Tocchet's exit from Vancouver was on good terms. There were smiles for the cameras, warm press releases, and no reports of behind-the-scenes drama. But in the high-stakes world of NHL coaching, unspoken messages often say more than any press release. While Tocchet has so far stopped short of launching any direct criticism, the impact of his words lingers. Fans and insiders alike are parsing every sentence for hints of discontent, subtle rebukes, or calls for Vancouver to learn from the culture he now aims to foster in Philadelphia. Life after Tocchet. What's next for the Canucks? As the Flyers begin their Tocchet era with ambitious goals and a renewed sense of purpose, the Canucks are left to reflect on the clues left behind. For Vancouver, Tocchet's indirect commentary may serve as a wake-up call. Will the Canucks front office take the hint and invest in player-first development, upgraded facilities, and more transparent communication? Or will they stick to old ways, risking another year lost in the unforgiving Pacific Division? One thing is certain. In the passionate world of hockey, even the smallest comments can change the conversation, and possibly the trajectory of entire franchises. The NHL's newest storyline, and your take. Rick Tocchet's first day with the Flyers was supposed to be about new beginnings, but his pointed, thoughtful remarks ensure that his old team stays part of the league's most compelling off-ice drama. For fans in both cities, the message is clear. Hockey minds and hearts are as important as speed and skill, and every franchise's inner culture matters more than ever. What do you think? Did Tocchet go too far with his subtle shots, or was he just speaking the honest truth about where the Canucks need to improve? How do you feel about the Flyers' new direction and the Canucks' future post-Tocchet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes recap, hit that like button so we can keep bringing you the hottest stories and insights from the world of hockey. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep your stick on the ice.